I'm Johnny Casebeer. Welcome to Trackside with Slacker. Today we're out at Cahuilla Creek talking to some riders about bike setup. I always love hearing about what different people are doing to keep their bike styled on all these different tracks in Southern Cal. So let's go see who's riding today. Hey, I'm Johnny with Slacker.
Matt.
Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, man. We're just kind of cruising around talking to some riders about suspension setup, bike setup, and all that stuff.
Oh, is this the company where you put it in your axle and it measures your sag? Or?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, I've been looking at that because I'm here from out of country alone, and I've been like figuring out ways to do my own, set my own sag. I've tried a video camera with a tape measure, and I don't know what it's at. I think I'm in the ballpark.
I already got one.
No way! Oh,
amazing.
Crazy!
They're amazing.
Oh man, this will be interesting to see how far off I was.
Yeah. All right. So here is the Slacker, and this little case is sold separately, but I really like it. It keeps all your stuff in the lid here, keeps everything nice and protected. So you've got your main unit. It's got a really strong magnet on the back to stick to the axle, and then it just uses a retractable cable to take the measurements. And then here's your wireless remote, and then it's got a universal clip that we use on the plastics for to hook the retractable cable to.
Oh, so you don't need to drill a hole or anything for the cable? You just use that? Yeah,
you can use this clip. A lot of people do drill a hole.
Okay.
And that's usually what I would recommend.
Okay.
But this way, like if you just showed up or you borrowed a bike, you've always got the clip. You don't have to drill in your plastic.
So you're like doing it for a buddy or something, then you use the clip, but they don't want a hole.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That's usually the way I approach it. If you look at Kawasaki, they'll tell you to measure from the back of here to the front of the seat bolt, and that's kind of to compensate for the arc of the axle, because it's going to travel up and out and then forward.
Okay.
So on these bikes, it's really important that you put the clip or the hole in the right place. So what I do is I just take like my phone charger, pinch it at the swing arm pivot, pinch it here, and then that'll show us how that swing arm is going to travel.
Oh.
And then right there is where we're going to put that clip.
That's a great idea. I already, before you even do this, I was doing it wrong the whole time. I think I was measuring somewhere up here.
Yeah, you know what'll happen on my Suzuki, I used to do that, and I found out when I thought I was at 105, I was at 98. And so the bike was real squirrely at speed.
Yeah.
And I thought it was weird to have to loosen my spring up, but I loosened it up and that bike settled down. It cornered better even.
Okay.
So super important on the Japanese bikes that you do that. And then all you got to do is turn it on. It'll start with the suspension fully unloaded, and then all the measurements are in real time, so you don't have to do math.
So this connects to that. Is it Bluetooth or something? How does that work?
Yeah, this is actually a 2.4 gigahertz wireless. You can actually use this and the app at the same time.
Oh, it comes with an app as well?
There's a couple apps we've got here. And the first one is Slacker Virtual Remote. This one's free, and you'll see right there it's already hooked up and taking measurements.
Oh, wow.
And I can reset it to 0. I can place it in auto 0 mode. So you can control Slacker from the app.
Okay.
And then, but this will do the same thing. It's all like preference of what you want to do. So that's going to show you the numbers. So when you take the bike off the stand, it's good to just make sure that you don't set it down super hard and want to move that tool.
Okay.
The static sag looks perfect. I like to just sit with my elbow against my van.
Okay.
To take the measurements. And then usually what I'll do is stand up, balance with my elbow, like pump the suspension twice, standing up.
Okay.
And then just sit down up like you're going into a turn with your hips above the pegs.
Okay. So just elbow against the van and
the moment of truth. Man, you're at 99.
What do you recommend?
I usually would rather, like 105 is a pretty good number for both stability and turning.
Okay, so I didn't get it on by myself.
No, but you're in the zone.
Okay.
You know what happened is you measured it vertically.
Oh, right.
And you've got the same problem I had on my Suzuki. which is that spring's a little bit too tight. This should settle the bike down quite a bit, honestly. This is just more old school, but I'm pretty old school.
Yeah,
dude.
This is the way I did it.
So this thing, we've got not enough sag, so we need to loosen the spring up a little bit. Yeah. The next step, we'll get you set to rider sag. We'll make sure we're at 105,
okay,
right in that zone. And then we'll look at your static. If your static is 25 to 40, your spring's good. If it's outside of that, then we need to do a new spring. But we'll be able to tell that right off the bat. So, I mean, that's about a 6mm adjustment we made. That's pretty big. I would say try to take it for a ride and just see how it feels. See if you can feel the difference. We could always make a bigger adjustment.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Hey guys.
Let it go.
It's unbelievable how much of a difference that adjustment makes.
Nice.
Honestly, I was expecting to go out there and be like, you know, maybe I feel something, but for real, it was tracking so much. What I really noticed is out of the apex of a corner, when I get on the pipe, it was just tracking so much more straight through the acceleration chop. Before, I felt like I was swapping a lot more.
Yep.
Coming out of the corners now, it's got acceleration chop. I was bracing for a bit of swapping, and it's just tracking. And then coming into the corners as well, the braking bumps and setting up, it stays on rails a lot more than it was. I'm not washing out of the rut as much. Man, in those corners, I noticed a huge difference. After 2 laps, I was charging way harder into the braking bumps, and on the pipe a lot harder through the acceleration chop. It gave me way more confidence that my bike wasn't going to be swapping. It's just far more stable.
Yep, that's what I like to hear. Confidence is kind of the big key, is being able to trust that the bike's predictable, does what you want it to do, and you're not going to get a big surprise and end up in a helicopter.
Right, I'm a believer, you know, and I'd read the articles about pros adjusting a couple millimeters here and there. I thought, yeah, something I would never notice, but we did a few millimeters, and it's noticeable.
As a thank you for your time today, I wanted you to have your own slacker.
No way, are you serious?
Yeah, for sure.
That's so, that's too generous.
Yeah, so I got you the whole rig here. You got your slacker digital sag scale, got a wireless remote, you got a nice protective case for it, and then I also gave you the smartphone bar mount, and that's so you can mount your phone on the handlebars if you want to use the app.
That is, man, that's so generous. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, this means a lot to me. Because I'm traveling alone, and and now that I see the difference, this is the number one thing I need right now. I appreciate it so much.
Hopefully that'll just make your rides much more enjoyable, keep the bike safe and predictable, and you can keep building confidence and work on your program.
You got a fan for life, man.
Awesome.
I'll be telling everyone I know. I'll be repping this everywhere I go. It's I really appreciate it, guys.
Well, thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel for more great content like this.